Hi everyone, this is Joy for Honeybee Stamps. I am so excited to share this card with you today. I did some Copic coloring on some really fun beach images. So I am starting with my images, which I stamped onto some white cardstock with some black Copic friendly ink. These images are from the Flippin Fabulous Stamp and Coordinating Die. I am using the flip-flops and I've got all of the 5 different seashells. And I don't know about you, but I am so ready for summer. I just want to go to the beach and stick my feet in the sand and all of that fun stuff. So I just needed to do this card. So for the flip-flops, I am using BG 10, 11, 13, 18, and 09. Teal, aquamarine, it's my favorite color. And so I just thought these flip-flops are the biggest images on here, and I really wanted it to pop with a lot of color because we're going to be using some patterned paper from the Beach Vibes 6x6 paper pad. And the seashells are going to be in kind of browns and pinks and grays, and so I really wanted this to kind of be loud. So I did the base of the flip-flop in a lighter color, then I'm coming in with that darker color on the straps, as you can see there, and just really adding a lot of shadows, shading to really get good dimension between the two parts of the flip-flops. I'm coloring this sand dollar with W1, 3, 4, and 5. I love sand dollars. I think it's probably my favorite. When I say loosely, seashell, I love them so much. We went to a beach and just found a ton of them. I think it was Morro Bay or Morro Strand Beach, and just the beach was covered in sand dollars. I have never seen anything like that. We've been there a couple times and just collecting a ton of seashells or a ton of sand dollars. And I will pick up seashells at any beach we go to because I think it is so much fun. I colored that other seashell with E11, 00, 30, 31, and 33. This starfish is YR0000, 01, 02, and 04. That other seashell on the top left there, I colored it. I didn't like it, so I'm going to stamp another one and color it again. I did come back on all of the seashells and added some darker dots for some more texture and dimension to the seashells. I just came in with the darker colors that I colored with. I am using the coordinating dies. When you stamp the flip-flops, they stamp as one unit, but the dies are separate. So you have to die cut each flip-flop separately because they are a little close to each other when you stamp. So I die cut everything, and then I'm die cutting that second flip-flop, and we're good. So now I'm using the patterned paper from the Beach Vibes 6x6 paper pad. That top piece that I'm gluing down right now is from the paper pad, and then I just grabbed a piece of glitter cardstock that I had in my stash and adhered that behind it for a smaller mat. I lined up all of my images just so I know where to put my stamp, and the stamp or the sentiment says, "Relax and enjoy your day." I'm going to prep my cardstock with an anti-static powder tool. I am using VersaMark clear ink. Any embossing ink, clear embossing ink will work because I'm going to do some white heat embossing. I adhered the two papers together ahead of time because I knew I was going to be using my heat tool, and pattern paper is fairly thin and I really didn't want it to warp too much. So now that I've stamped that, I'm sprinkling on my white embossing powder. I did heat up my heat gun beforehand. I want to make sure it's nice and hot. That helps to cause less warping. I'm going to heat this through, and you will notice my paper warped a little bit, but while it was still hot, I kind of bent it back into shape and it was totally fine. And when we adhere it down to the card, you don't even know that it was a little bit bent. So there's the sentiment, and it is really light, but that's exactly how I wanted it to be. So I am adding some foam tape behind that card panel that we just did the heat embossing on. I'm going to remove that paper from the back of the foam tape. I am adhering this beautiful patterned paper. This wood is my favorite. I want it all over my whole house if I could. I'm adhering that to a white A2 size card base. I did trim it down about 1/8 of an inch on all sides. Then I adhered that piece into the center, and that has dimension because it has the foam tape behind it. And being that I already stamped my sentiment, now I can kind of line up my images to go around it. So I glued those two flip-flops together in the exact position I need them to be, added some foam tape behind that because I want this card to have a ton of dimension. And now I'm going to start adhering my seashells. Some of them will be glued directly to my card panel and some will have foam tape behind it. But again, this is just all going to kind of be cozy and tucked in around the sentiment at the top. And the seashells are tucked under the flip-flops, and it just really gives you kind of a relaxing beach vibe with this card. Once I adhere all of those down, I'm actually going to come in with some Oceanside dewdrops, and I think these are my favorite. There's blue ones, tan ones, and even white ones, so it absolutely gives you the beach feel. I just used the blue and the tan. Well, really, it's kind of a turquoise and tan, and I left the white ones out, but they all are so, so pretty. And this card is complete, and isn't that so fun? The Copic coloring is beautiful, the patterned paper is beautiful, and really you get this great beach vibe. The Copic coloring was easy, and now we have this really fun summer card. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching, and I hope that you really enjoyed this project. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.